Hey Brand YouTube, you're probably wondering what's going on with Holy Paladins for Cataclysm. So in this video I'm going to just pretty much go over all the changes to talents and glyphs for Holy Paladins. First of all, when you're picking a talent spec, it's completely different from before where you just start putting talent points in. First, what they ask you to do is pick your main tree. So for example, if you pick Holy, you get the spell Holy Shock, you get a 10% extra healing done, you get 50% of your mana regeneration from Spirit. It gets to continue while you're in combat. And you get the Mastery ability, which it puts a little shield every time you heal somebody, kind of like the legendary weapon from Ulduar's effect. So every time you heal somebody, it puts a shield on them that absorbs like between at least 8% of your heal. So if you do like a 10,000 heal, it'll absorb 800. And when you get more mastery rating, which is like a new stat, it will increase the amount absorbed. But yeah, for this, I'm just gonna pick Holy here, and once you pick it, it just tells you have 36 unspent talent points at the top here. And I'll start going over the new talents now. First in tier 1 is Arbor of the Light, and I think this right here is really just for Ret Paladins and Prot Paladins, because all it does is increase the chance for your judgments and Templar's Verdict, which Templar's Verdict is a new, it's the Ret equivalent of Holy Shock, where when you spec Ret, you get Templar's Verdict, and it does damage based on how many holy power charges you have. So for Holy, you wouldn't be getting this talent, because it really just makes your judgment have a higher chance to crit, and you don't even have Templar's Verdict. So moving on to the next, this right here is an amazing talent. What it does is every single time you cast a heal, so pretty much every heal except for Word of Glory or Holy Shock, it also heals you for about 4,500 at level 80. This video has been made before the actual Cataclysm launch, so just in level 80 gear, at level 80, every time you heal somebody else or heal yourself, it heals you for an additional 4,500 when you have 3 out of 3 of Protector of the Innocent. So this is really amazing. So like, for example, if you're only able to get like a Holy Light off, Holy Light's much weaker now, same cast time, but it's much weaker. It heals for about 4,500. If you were able to get a Holy Light off, this would heal you for an additional 4,500, so you heal yourself for 9,000 instead of just the 4,500. Or if you did a Flash of Light for like 8,000, this heals you for an extra 4,500 still. And Judgments of the Pure, this used to be way deeper in the Holy Tree, but now it's tier 1. And what they did was they removed 2 points out of it. So it used to be a 5 out of 5 talent, where you could get 15% faster casting and melee haste. Now it is just a 3-point talent for 9% haste for 1 minute after you use a judgment. So it's still good, but once again, it's tier 1 now, so it's much easier to reach. So for this, I'm going to be getting Judgments of the Pure. I'm going to be getting Protect of the Innocent. But next, on to the second tier. This right here replaces the old Light's Grace, basically. That used to make Holy Light cast faster. But this also makes Divine Light. And Divine Light is a new Holy Paladin healing spell. It's pretty much a replacement for the old Holy Light. It's going to be costing a lot more mana, but it's going to be your highest effective heal. For example, right now it heals for like almost 14,000 with everything gemmed and everything. Just the way I have my gear set up, it heals for almost 14,000 non-crit. But this Clarity of Purpose spell reduces the cast time on Holy Light and Divine Light by up to half a second, so 0.5 seconds. And for 2 out of 3 points, it reduces by 0.4. I don't know if this is a mistake or not, but it's not too much of a difference between 2 and 3 points in this talent. For this, I'll just be getting all 3. Last word makes your Word of Glory, which is your heal that that it's just baseline for Paladins. What it does is it heals it heals based off of how many holy power you have, and holy power is pretty much a new resource system. I'll explain that later. But this talent makes it so your Word of Glory has a 60% higher chance to crit when you use a Word of Glory on somebody that's below 35% health. But for this, I'm not going to be getting it because I don't think that's that great of a talent. I mean, it might be, but I don't think it's worth the points. Same thing here with Blazing Light. This used to actually increase the healing of Holy Shock also, but now it only increases the damage done of Holy Shock and Exorcism by 20% for 2 points. And for this, I'm not going to be getting that either. I'm just going to actually just pick up 1 point on the last word so I can move into the next tree. So this is just what I think is best so far. Now into tier 3. The first talent here is called Denounce, and what it does is it reduces the mana cost of Exorcism by a lot. For 1 point, it's 38. For 2 points, it's 75%. And when you cast Holy Shock, you have a 50% chance, if you get 2 points in it, to make your next Exorcism instant and cost no mana. But I don't think this is really too important for now. Maybe 1 point in it. But at this point in time, Exorcism is hitting very, very weak. On players, it only hits for like about 1,500 damage that have Resilience. You can spam it into them, but still, it's only hitting for about 1,500 when they have between 35,000 and 40,000 health. It's very, very weak. Next here is Divine Favor. Divine Favor, as everybody knows, used to make your next Holy Shock, Flashlight, or Holy Light a critical. Now what they've done is they pretty much made it like Elemental Mastery for Elemental Shamans, and if you don't know what that is, what it does is it increases your haste by 20% and your chance to crit by 20% for 20 seconds. And later I'll go over the Glyph that makes this an amazing, amazing spell. But Divine Favor now is... situationally, the old one was better when it could guarantee yourself a Holy Shock crit, because you could follow that Holy Shock with a instant flash of light. But now in Cataclysm, there is no instant flash of light anymore, because that talent was removed. But I'll be getting this because it's amazing. Next on to Infusion of Light. Infusion of Light used to make your flash of light instant if you got a Holy Shock critical. Now what it does is it reduces the cast time on your Holy Light by 1.5 seconds for 2 points. And it gives you a 10% extra chance to crit on Holy Shock, which is very, very nice. It makes your Holy Lights like less than half a second cast if you have a decent amount of haste and you have your Judgments, your Judgment of the Pure up. So this is a very good talent. Next, on to the fourth talent in the tier 3 here is Daybreak. Probably my favorite talent out of the entire Cataclysm talent pool here. What it does is it gives a 20% chance for you to get to trigger a buff that makes it so your Holy Shock doesn't trigger a cooldown. So basically, you can double Holy Shock. And I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of amazing. It's more instant cast heals that you're able to do without getting interrupted. Next, on to Enlightened Judgments, which is in tier 4. And this is the replacement for the spell that gave you the extra chance to hit and range on your Judgments. Though it doesn't increase the range as much because a tier 1 ability in Retribution is going to increase your range and Judgments also. So you can get actually up to 50-yard range extra. Or you can have a 50-yard range on your Judgments if you get this talent and the tier 1 talent out of Retribution. But this right here is also increasing your hit by 50 or 100% of your spirit that you have. And from what I've noticed, you only need 1 point in it, because with 1 point I have over 10% hit, and you only need 4% for hitting players. You need like way more for hitting bosses, so that might be what they want this for. If you get both points in, you'll never miss bosses, and people complain about missing Judgments on bosses and losing their Judgments of the Pure buff. So next on the Beacon of Light. Beacon of Light is pretty much exactly the same as it was before, except for one thing. It only heals for 50% of the amount healing that you did to the first person. So when you heal, for example, your warrior partner and you have a beacon on yourself, you heal your warrior for 10,000, it's only going to heal you for 5,000. But that's really made up for with this tier 1 talent, Protector of the Innocent. So yeah, next on to Speed of Light. This is going to be an amazing talent once people actually reach level 85 and have Holy Radiance. Holy Radiance is a new heal that it's kind of like Wild Growth for Druids. And there really isn't any difference between this talent and Wild Growth, to be honest. Except Wild Growth can be targeted on other people, I guess. And this talent, or this Holy Radiance, is just going to be like an AoE Consecrate heal-ish type deal. But yeah, this talent right here, what it does is it makes your Holy